Hello, I'm Zuriel Oluwademilade Ayo Makele.
Hi, I'm Irilua Zara Tyro Makele.
Hi, I'm Aniolua Zoe Kane Makele.
So, in terms of your fondest memories of grandma, ladies first.
Well, Grandma was always the loveliest, most gentle person in the room. She was always looking after other people, always putting other people first before herself. She was there for all of the births of her grandchildren, and that's something that a lot of grandparents aren't able to do. We're blessed that we had Grandma in our lives, so present. I remember as babies, she used to give us baths. I also remember being a little naughty kid that I was back in the day. I hated my vegetables.
Back
in the day? I'm not sure.
Back in the day, a long time ago. I hated eating my vegetables, and unlike my parents,
I think that's still the case.
Grandma would sit very patiently with me, spoon feeding me, making sure that I would eat all the vegetables. That was just who Grandma was. She loved us so very much, and she wanted the best for us.
The memory that stands out the most for me is actually the last time I saw her. When you leave the airport, this was in December, I just thought, it's just another kind of, goodbye and a Padalayal, really. I remember her saying Padalayal, and for some reason I was just really emotional, and I'm usually not when I say goodbye to Grandma. It's always like a warm hug, I love you Grandma, I'll see you soon. I remember Annie was teasing me, saying, oh, why are you crying, why are you crying?
Annie, you spoke about how grandma was there for all of her grandchildren's births, and I just thought about, there's an African proverb which says, it takes a village to raise a child.
Yeah.
And when I think about it, our parents did a great job, but grandma was always there.
As well,
and when I think about that proverb, the village was grandma.
Yeah,
Grandma was the village.
The village was grandma. Grandma did so much. She was there for everyone. She'd always come to London to make sure all her grandkids here were looked after. As children, she was changing nappies and looking after us, and even our cousins in Saudi and who were formerly in Qatar. Grandma made the journey out there as well to see them. She really was that village. She looked after us, and when I think about Grandma, all I can think about are her soft, warm hands.
Yes.
Grandma's, they were so small, but they were so tiny and petite, but they were so soft.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you can grow up with hands that soft.
Yeah.
It just, it's testament to Grandpa, because it just shows as well how much care he also gave to Grandma. So when I think of Grandma, those are two things: how she raised us, but also how well kept, how soft her hands were.
Yeah, Grandma had a really good style. Like, her fashion sense is amazing, and I think that's where I'd like to say that's where I get my fashion from. She always looked beautiful. People would always stop and stare, and I think also Grandma she looked so young. A lot of people would have mistaken her for someone much younger. We love her very much, and we all had such close relationships with her. She was like a second mum to all of us. She was always someone we could talk to, and yeah, she really did a good job in raising her children. We love her so much, and we'll miss her.
I was just thinking about remembering Grandma, and for some reason caricatures came into my mind, and I was just thinking, if someone drew a caricature of Grandma, they'd probably have a beret on top. I loved the Grandma's beret.
Her beret.
And she'd have a handbag on her side, or there'd be me in the background holding a handbag, or Billy holding the handbag.
Yeah.
That handbag and Grandma was synonymous, You couldn't go anywhere without Grandma having a handbag with her.
Yeah.
Another thing that I've just thought about is the relationship that Grandma had with Grandpa, and I think that's so important, the love that they showed for each other, the way they looked after one another. It was always Grandma and Grandpa, and it's going to take time for us to get used to. We just love them so much, and the love that they have is so evident.
Grandma always kept us in her prayers. Like, she'd always be praying for us, and I just remember every time she would come, she would write down these Bible verses that I would read. Were really, I still have them in my room actually, with her beautiful handwriting. Grandma's handwriting was beautiful, honestly.
Yeah.
I think that's where Annie and Damie get their artistic flair from.
Thumbs up Grandma's on this, just how well kept she was.
Yeah.
How ordered everything in her life was as well. It's a great testament, and I guess when you look at it, it's a great example of how to lead your life. You see her write a letter, and it's just perfect.
Yeah.
From start to finish. The writing is beautiful. it's so legible. It's almost so beautiful that some people might struggle with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a Bible verse that says, whatever you do all to the glory of God. And I think that verse definitely would sum up Grandma. Her life was a testament.
Grandma embodies that, and I think as well, you can also see by the response, her passing has had, how she's influenced other people, how she's been of great service, of great help to so many people. She's touched so many lives, and we will never really know the true extent, especially us living here in the UK, to which Grandma has had on other people's lives. But anytime I do go to Nigeria, you get a colour, you get a picture of how Grandma has touched other people's lives. At church, the way they respect her, the way she's seen as a church elder as well, is another example of just how much influence Grandma's had. And I think over this period, I'm sure my mum's been in Nigeria. Whilst my mum's been in Nigeria, she's really got a feel of how Grandma's touched people. I've heard of this number of people that have been coming to visit, and that just is a testament to Grandma, and her legacy hopefully will live on with her children, her grandchildren, her great-grandchildren, and generations to come.
We love you, Grandma, and you'll always be in our hearts. We'll always remember you, and thank you for all you've done, all you did for us, and Padelayo.
Padelayo, Grandma.
Padelayo. Kasumi, Kajire.